for today's video, you and I are going to talk about me. I did a sort of Q&A sticker sa Instagram, and this has been wildly requested by you guys. So, I'm gonna answer all of them, pero hahanapin ko muna siya. Where did I put it? Ayun! Okay, I found it. Alright, so as you can see, ayan, madami-dami kayong questions na sinend. Teka, simulan natin sa pinakataas. Hindi ko na siguro babanggitin kung sino yung nag-send, pero, out of respect and privacy, we learn from that. Question from Instagram: pretty books you want to buy that's in your cart or basket online. Okay, so number 1 would be Someone Who Will Love You in All Your Damaged Glory. Next would be Life Ceremony by Sayaka Murata. Next is Violet Bent Backwards Over the Grass by Lana Del Rey. Diary of Void. And then Greek Lessons by Han Kang. Ewan ko, meron akong isang libro ni Han Kang, pero hindi ko pa siya nababasa. But, based on the reviews online, anything na sinulat nito si Han Kang, maganda. And then, I'm also looking at Boy Parts and Our Wives Under the Sea. Meron din ako nitong Ghost Forest. So, yun yung mga books na nasa TBR, yung nasa wishlist ko. If you can make an avatar for a game, what powers and features do you want it to have? Avatar for a game. So, di ba usually sa mga games, meron lang sila mga elements. So, in terms of elemental power, I've always been attracted to fire element. Blame it on Zuko. So, yon. Ang powers ko, yung avatar sa game would be fire. Tapos, gusto ko meron akong scar dito. Tapos, gusto ko nakapants yung character ko. I mean, sure, siguro kasi I'm gonna go on adventures and ayoko na magagasgasan yung legs ko. I mean, yung legs ng character ko. So, gusto ko nakapants siya. Tapos naka-boots. What else? Tapos gusto ko meron siyang malaking hat. Parang witch hat. Tapos gusto ko naka-glove siya. Pero yung dulo ng gloves niya, gusto ko may parang claws. Ganon. Prettiest books you own. Oh my God! Wait! May I introduce these books? So this is by Sylvain Nuevel, author of Sleeping Giant. So, ito yung mga libro niya. You would think na parang, anong maganda dyan? Simple lang siya, di ba? Simple lang siya. But no, girl. Tada! Look at that! Remove the dust jacket. Sobrang ganda! Gusto ko kasi talaga ng mga cover cutouts. For me, it's something interesting for me. So, ito naman yung susunod. Ay, hindi pala nakikita. Pero basta maganda siya. So, itong iba, mostly mga art books sila. But, ito yung isa sa mga favorite ko. Caravaggio. Next is this sticker book. This is the Antiquarian sticker book, Bibliophilia. Actually, 3 to. Pero, ito kasi, ang ganda ng pagka-green niya. Tapos, sa loob niya, ayan meron siyang mga ganyan. Tapos, ito, puro stickers lang ang laman nito. It's a book of stickers, and this is that thick. And then, of course, this one, My Bandcamp. Next is this, Vermeer. Now, this book, hindi ako talagang bumili nito, pero, it's actually from my sibling. I introduced her kay Vermeer. Vermeer is a painter. Madami din siyang ginawa. His most notable painting is probably yung The Girl with the Pearl Earring. Itong si Vermeer, napaka-lush nung colors na ginagamit niya. And when I say lush, meron siyang parang muted tones, more on blues and mustard. Basta mga ganun yung mga colors niya. The way you would look at Vermeer's paintings are, so you're just someone looking from afar and you're looking in. It's almost like, it's kind of perversive yung point of view natin kasi we are just watching all of them go about their day. Tapos, sometimes, yung mga paintings niya, it's almost too intimate. In the privacy of someone else's home. Nagigets niyo ba ako? So, that's why I like, and I feel like Vermeer, specifically itong libro na to, it's pretty for me. Kasi it's both pretty and beautiful inside and out. What are your favorite works that you're very proud of that you want to flex? My coup de grace would be yung mga furniture sa isang luxury hotel. Wala siya dito sa Pilipinas, nasa abroad siya. Mostly makikita nyo sila sa, pwede ko ba sabihin yung, I guess sasabihin ko na lang yung country. You can find them in US, you can find them in Europe, Luxembourg, and you can find them in Shanghai. Okay, so just to explain, for most of you who don't know, ang original, ang first work ko talaga ever, my first ever job is a luxury furniture designer. And then, my next one would still be, you can see them, you can actually buy them sa Toy Kingdom and sa Toys R Us. Every time na pumupunta kami ng Mega Mall or, any malls around Metro Manila, actually no, nationwide, you will still find yung mga designs ng toys na ginawa ko for this brand company. It's another international, okay, sasabihin ko na lang, Disney. So, yon, Disney, Marvel, Disney Princess, what else? Ano pa ba yun? Madami kasi yun eh. Pero, I guess, ang pinaka-proud talaga ako is one from Marvel. It's a bike. Captain America and Iron Man siya na bike. And then, the last one would be a Star Wars bike. Nanalo ng award yun. It's a limited edition, so hindi nyo na siya makikita kasi collector's item siya. I guess, of course, Bliss Books. Lahat ng libro ng Bliss Books. Which, by the way, meron pa akong 5 titles na hawak and ilalabas someday. Maybe this year's MIBF, I don't know kung aabot. Have you heard of AO3? You know, yes, I've heard of this. Isa dun sa mga acquaintances ko, sabi nila, oy, magbasa ka naman ng story from AO3. But I'm like, I don't know anything from AO3. So siguro someday, I'm gonna read something off from AO3 and we're gonna talk about it. Watch out for that. Have you read any fan fiction? Yes, pero mostly tungkol sa Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan, Good Omens. Actually, it's not really a story. It's more of a comics. If you know, you know. What are your love language? It's been pointed out to me na I'm always the one giving because I'm more of a giver. The reason why I'm doing so much for so many people, it's because I know how it feels to be, let down. There's just a lot of bad people in the world na ayokong dumagdag dun sa number na yon. I always say this, it doesn't hurt to be kind. At saka I believe na, alam mo yon, if you're in a position where you can give back to people, do it! If anything, you'd be giving back and you'd be improving someone else's life. Or maybe a day. You don't really need to fix someone else's life. A smile can do so much. A thank you can do so much. Opening doors can do so much. Appreciating someone's hard work can do, and it can change a lot sa tao. So it doesn't really hurt to pay someone forward, even if you're not expecting anything back. What are the best compliments that you've ever received? Okay, best compliments always comes from kids. Nung time na yon, colored hair pa kasi ako. Okay, my hair used to be pink. So they were looking at me, and they were just staring at me like, alam mo yung itsura ng bata na parang gusto ka nilang lapitan pero hindi nila sure kung pwede ka nilang lapitan. Kids are really cute like that and respective. And siguro yung isa, hindi na niya mapigilan, so lumapit siya sa akin. Tapos sabi niya, hi. Tapos syempre ako naman, natuwa ako. Tapos parang, hello. Kasi nakikita ko sila na nakatingin. Tapos sabi niya, you're so beautiful. You're like my Barbie. And I'm like, hindi kita kilala. Pero nakukita na ako sa'yo. And then another one is from a gentleman. Naalala ko to sa may SM Santa Mesa. And I was at an elevator. Tapos this gentleman, he was texting, diba? Tapos I'm also just like waiting for the elevator to come. Tapos, he kinda, napansin ko sa peripheral view ko na nagdo-double take siya. Parang, So, nung una sabi ko, sa peripheral ko, parang, shit, kilala ko ba to? Parang ganun eh. So, ang ginawa ko, nagkatinginan kami. Parang, hi. Nag-hi na lang ako sa kanya. Tapos, nag-hi din siya. Tapos, sabi niya, you have a nice smile. And I'm like, thank you. And then, last one came from this nice teenager from US. We were at Universal Studios. Tapos, naka-Slytherin outfit siya. Taga-Slytherin din kasi ako actually. Yeah, I know. Okay, sinasabi to ng friends ko sa akin, you do not resemble a Slytherin. And I say, not all Slytherins are bad. Tapos, nandun ako sa may Hogsmeade area. Tapos, hinihintay ko lang yung mga kapatid ko. So, nakatambay akong gano'n, cellphone ako. Tapos, lumapit siya sa akin. Tapos, sabi niya, hey, Slytherin. Tapos, the way this kid said it was parang confident siya na parang, hey, Slytherin. Ganon! Eto, I call this teenager kasi hindi ko naman alam at ang palay ko naman, matangkad siya, basta matangkad siya. So, ayun nga. So, nag-hey siya. So, hi, gumanon lang ako. Tapos, tinanong niya ako kung na-try ko na daw ba yung Harry Potter ride na yon. Nasabi ko, oh no, not yet. I'm just waiting for my siblings, ganon. Tapos yun, nagkakwentuhan na kami. Tapos, so, during the conversation, and I guess it's typical of some Americans, di ba? Yung talagang confident sila. Sabi niya, you know, you and I, we have this riz. That's the term, the riz. And you're good looking, I'm good looking. Can I have your number? Parang ganon! Parang sabi ko, ginagamit pa rin pala yun ng mga tao. Tapos, during the conversation, kasi nagko-conversation na kami nun, sabi niya sa akin, you have beautiful eyes. Mukha akong Barbie, para sa mga bata. Maganda yung smile ko, para sa ibang tao. And then, I have beautiful eyes. I'll take that as a compliment. Favorite bands and singers. Okay, una sa lahat, Imagine Dragons. What animal do you see yourself as? I've always said this, sea otter. Do you have any Wattpad moments sa life? Where do I begin? Yes, I have a lot of them. Kaya, kapag nababasa ko yung mga stories na sinusulat ng mga writers nyo tungkol sa mga anak ng ganito and gano'n, and mga yung iba parang, okay, that's true, that can happen, IRL, and then some are just ridiculous. Pero okay, so to answer this question, do you have any Wattpad moments in life? Yes, I had the fireworks with your lover, and you guys are looking up at the sky, and then boom, 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 fireworks. It happened in college. I also had the secret, yung magkikita somewhere, tapos tatakbo siya kung nasaan ako. I had that. I also have, of course, the, ano tawag dito? Yung nasa, parang, nanonood kami ng Magic Mike. And, you know, I was in the VIP area, and then, whatever. What? Ang hirap pala magkwento nung tungkol sa'yo, no? Parang, hindi ko alam kung paano ko i-explain them without judgment. Ano pa ba? I'm getting flustered here, man. Actually, basta, madami na ako mga Wattpad moments. Sa sobrang dami nila, hindi ko na siya maiisa-isa sa inyo kasi talaga, I'm a real-life Wattpad character. Okay, do you have any plans on voice acting, Ate Karla? I'm gonna skip this question. I think I'm almost there. We'll see if it pushes through. Pero kung hindi, it's fine. It's fine. I'll let you guys know once it pushed through. Book that make your jaw drop because of the plot twist. Okay. Teka. The first one is The Wife Between Us. Maganda yung pagkakasulat dito sa libro na to. Tsaka yung twist. Hindi ko siya in-expect. Okay, I did not see it coming. The next one is The Body Lies by Joe Baker. Nabanggit ko tong dalawang libro na to dun sa isa sa mga unwrapping, tama ba? Wrap-up videos ko. Which franchise do you want to work at for a movie? Game of Thrones, Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, DC Comics. Okay, DC. DC sounds like a good franchise as well. Marvel kasi kasama. Recently kasi, ganito yan. Do you know this guy? Teka. Do you know this guy? So, he is David Tennant. And sobrang adik ko dito sa actor na to. Obviously, he's way older than we are. Pero, ang ganda kasi nung acting chops niya. Tapos recently, na-discover ko na kasama siya sa Jessica Jones, which is a Marvel TV series. If I'm going to accept any role, basta nandun si David Tennant, yes. I think I'm also open din sa House of Dragon. Yeah. If I'm gonna be in House of Dragons, it would be cool if I could, like, participate with like dragons and stuff. So yeah, that would be nice. So sure. What books or stories made your reading slump go away? Books, definitely Neil Gaiman books, always and forever. So Wattpad naman, J.D. Ruiz, screenwriter. There. Kaya nga, I always say this na I'm always going to be faithful sa Green Gossipers, sa Gossip Monger community sa Wattpad kasi dun talaga ako nag-start. Next, if you were stuck in an island for a week, which DNFed books are you reading to pass time? Siguro yung Strange the Dreamer, kasama yun dun. Nancy Drew, yung mga libro ni Benedict's, Society? Mysterious Benedict Society? Anything from Patrick Ness. Sige, you know what? Fuck it. Let's throw in si Colleen Hoover. What's your type in fictional characters? Or do you have a book character in mind? Una sa lahat. Anything na character siya na villain, anti-hero, morally gray is also fine. Basta gusto ko nasa villain scale siya. Kasi, you know how villains are. Villains are fun. They're fun characters. At saka, it's more fun for me to discover na yung villain character is in transition from being a villain to a good guy. Good character. Sa ganon. Or do you have a book character in mind? Kaz fucking Brecker! If you were given a chance to be in a live adaptation of a book you've read, which books and character? So, sa non-Wattpad na libro, this one, Bunny, I think I could play yung character ni Samantha. Controversial. Sa Wattpad naman, alam ko na hindi ako pwede sa kahit na anong characters ni Greenwriter. Siguro pwede ako sa kahit anong character ni Unknown Heartbeats sa The Queen series. Pwede din siguro ako sa The Cat Who Doesn't Meow na characters. I don't know. Bala na. Kahit side character lang yan. Siguro, pwede din ako sa isa sa mga adaptations ni Heartless Nostalgia. Hindi ko alam kung sino doon. Think Steady? Sure? Sige. I don't know. Sa totoo lang, hindi ko kasi talaga naiisip yan eh. Ewan ko, kayo, ano sa tingin nyo ang perfect na character? Kunyari, magiging live adaptation. Kayo mag-decide. Ano sa tingin nyo yung character na pwede kong i-play? Okay lang ako. Actually, okay ako sa mga iyakan. Kaya ko yan. If you must know, part ako ng drama club. So, your girl can act. Would you like to publish a book of your own? Yes, pero I don't see myself na yung magsusulat ng, story format. Siguro it's gonna be children's book, pero dark. Ano ba yun? Alam niyo yung author ng children's book dun sa Korean drama na It's Okay to Not Be Okay? Yun, I could do that. Hindi ko alam kung pang ilang question na to, pero ang dami talaga eh. Are you planning on making a Patreon account? Actually, meron akong Patreon. Matagal na ako may Patreon. Pero, hindi ko lang alam kung ano pang mga ilalagay ko doon. I don't know. Basta kapag naayos ko na siya, saka ako sasabihin na, ito yung account ko, follow nyo ako, kung gusto nyo lang naman. What are some Wattpad stories you're looking forward to being published? Oh my God! Okay. Definitely yung 5 titles na hawak ko pa. Yun na lang. What books would you look forward to having a live adaptation? You know what? Truly, yung Haverstone family series ni Greenwriter, I think that deserves a good, big budget na live adaptation. Like, you cannot go wrong with that story. An unpopular Wattpad book author opinion! Oh! Your writers, just because they're writing smut, just because they're writing a lot of red flags, just because, alam mo yun, madami silang mga red flag story, characters, taboo na mga topics, doesn't mean that they believe that IRL. You know, contrary to a lot of what readers, some readers, not all of you, some readers would say about a story or an author, sometimes, sobrang engrossed natin dun sa mga stories na binabasa natin, nakakalimutan na natin yung thin line between fiction and reality. Another thing would be, just because you're writing on Wattpad doesn't mean that you're a terrible writer. I've been in the Wattpad industry for 4 years. I've met some of your writers. Some of them pleasurable to work with. Some of them are challenging. I wouldn't say difficult. They're challenging. Yun, I don't see the point of people saying na if you're a Wattpad writer, you're not a good writer. That's not the case. If you're a Wattpad writer, it means that you're someone who is more than willing to challenge themselves and put out their work for other people to criticize. Do you know how brave that is to do? Ayun, I think if you're a Wattpad writer, yes, some of your stories may not be that good, but it doesn't mean that you're a terrible writer. It just means that you need more help, you need more polishing, you need more practice. So, there you go. Worst Wattpad book stories you've ever read? Yeah, that's a question. Separating the stories that are nandun talaga sa genre ng smut, sexual mature content, separating that, yung mga stories that nagle-label sa sarili nila na fiction, romance, pero first chapter pa lang may sexual assault, may rape, may harassment, catcalls, basta yung mga ganun, overly sexualized stories, like, that's not for me. Favorite thriller book would be Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I swear, anything na sinulat ni Riley Sager, maganda yung thrillers niya. Next, have you read 1, 2, 3, 4 Nininininaaaa stories? If yes, ano po ang thoughts nyo? The answer is no. I haven't, actually this is the first time I've heard of Nininininaa's name. So I'm guessing this is Wattpad, yes? Maybe I'll look this up. Any recommendations? A Wattpad author in which you didn't or you don't like his or her writing. Sa sobrang dami ko na din kasi na nabasa, and alam mo yun, parang hindi ko na, as in DNF ko right after reading yung mga overly sexualized na sinulat nila. And the thing is, overly sexualized na nga, hindi pa maayos yung grammar and yung spelling. So, hindi ko na tinandaan kung sino sila. So, hindi ko na talaga alam. Kahit nga yung title eh. So, I'm so sorry. I would really tell you kung ano yung mga stories na yun, pero hindi ko na din kasi talaga sila maalala. Most stories na naka-relate ka. Let's go with Ken Daniel. Yun nga, yung 6 Degrees of Serendipity. Oh my God! If you watch my video, shameless plug. Yun nga, panoorin nyo tong video na to, maiintindihan nyo when I say gaano ako nakarelate dito sa story na to. Kaya actually gusto ko din ma-meet sana si Ken Daniel kasi ang ganda niya magsulat. Ang ganda nila. Yung lahat ng characters, lahat ng author na nagsulat ng 6 Degrees of Serendipity, I would very much love to meet all of them kasi ang ganda nila magsulat. Are you planning po to read Azucarera series number 2? Yes, actually. Pero for now, like I always say, sobrang busy ko pa. So, we'll see. I-drop ko na lang. So, make sure na naka-open ang mga notification bells nyo. Dax! Very YouTuber! Nabasa nyo na po ba yung Tantei High by Purpleihan? I think this was recommended sa akin before. Pero parang hindi ko siya binasa. So, siguro, yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, let's read this. Let's try to read this. Ano pangalan? Tantei High? What is the saddest book you read? Little Life. What is the book that changed or influenced you the most? This one. Yung writer nito si Mark Manson. Yung book niya, yun nga, Everything is Fucked. Pero madami kasi siyang book sa series na to. So, this one. It's a very good book. Okay, so tapos na tayo sa Instagram question. Punta tayo ngayon sa YouTube questions. What's your top 5 favorite Wattpad stories po? And bakit nyo po sila naging favorite? Woo! Top 5. Top 5. Ito, walang ranking to ah. So, number 1, of course, The Lady Who Sinned, Green Writer, Unknown Heartbeats, Larcenist Queen. Teka. Yung kay Malditang Isa, nakalimutan ko na naman kung anong title, pero basta, yun nga, it's got something to do with art. Teka, shucks, baka may makalimutan ako. Of course, yung kay Ink Steady. It's nice, it's interesting. Last one, Anak ni Rizal, Wake Up Dreamers. Always and forever iconic. Nakapag-try na po ba kayo magbasa ng mga epistolary po na story sa Wattpad? Yes. Arrowheads. The Cat Who Doesn't Meow. Oh my gosh! Sino ba to? Nakalimutan ko na yung iba! Pero ayun, so far, yun. Ano po, ano standards nyo sa mga Wattpad stories for you to label it as a good literature? Number 1, grammar. Has to be good grammar. Second would be yung main focus ng plot, 'di ba? Yung main focus ng plot, the problem of the plot, hindi siya nawawala sa story. Yung character voice, character development, importante yun, of course, sa isang story. Kasi how am I going to root, or how is your readers going to root for your story or for your characters, your main character, kung walang kakwenta-kwenta yung character arc or yung character story nila. The choice of problem. Make sure na yung problema nung character or yung pinoproblema nung characters nyo dun sa story is emotional. Kumbaga, it's gonna make me think. It's gonna make me feel something. Kasi otherwise, what's the point of your story, di ba? Lastly, of course, the lesson. Ano ang mapupulot ko sa stories nyo? Have I just wasted my time reading your stories? The lesson, the ending, the lesson needs to be clear. Kasi kung hindi malinaw yung lesson na gusto nyong matutunan ng readers nyo, then what's the point of your story? So, yun. And then, of course, it has to be iconic. You have to think of something na talagang matatandaan ng readers mo. It doesn't have to be such a big thing na mangyayari sa characters mo, but it has to have an iconic quote. It has to have an iconic character, whether yung main character yun or yung side character, I don't care. And then, of course, yung pinakamalaking pasabog ng story mo. Ano yung twist? Ano yung plot twist? Meron ka bang idadrop na malaking sagot sa question sa story mo? Basta yung mga ganon. So, that's what makes a good literature. What is your very first work po? Ayun nga, sabi ko, I'm a luxury furniture designer. So, hindi nyo siya makikita dito sa Philippines. Lahat ng mga work ko is mostly abroad. Kaya, it's easy for me to look for work abroad. Ano pong dahilan at nahikayat ka pong mag-vlog about books? Number 1, nagsimula talaga yan dun sa, bumili kasi ako nung libro from Psycom. Ito yung video na yon. Kasi ang advertisement sa kanya is, it's a premium book. Pero kasi ang nasa isip ko nun, my mistake din naman, of course. Ang nasa isip ko nun na it's cream paper, it's hardbound, kasi yung price niya. So, sabi ko, kung ako na may pera and alam niyo, nakakabili ako ng mga libro na nasa premium category na parang sa akin okay lang, 'di ba? Paano yung mga tao na nag-iipon talaga nung pera nila para lang mabili yung premium na libro? Pero pag napunta na sa kanila, ito na 'yon. Ito na talaga yon. Wala nang igaganda to. Wala nang ikaka-premium to. So, yon. Kaya ako ginawa yung video na yon. Kasi ako, personally, disappointed ako. It's my fault din naman kasi, I mean, I should have expected it. Pero, ayun nga, nadala lang din ako ng emosyon ko. Reklamador nga. Sabi nga nila, reklamador nga daw ako. Pero kasi, if no one's going to say anything, how will your publishers know what you want as a reader, as a consumer, diba? As a consumer, and, you know, as a client, we have the power to say what we want. We have the power to tell what we want para sa susunod, nagagawa sila ng premium na libro. Malinaw na, ito pala yung expectations. So, it's not to defame, ang tawag doon, manira. Diba? Kasi, come on, some of you have been DMing me with all of these things na sinasabi nyo na naninira ako ng company, naninira ako ng publisher. Zai, grow up. I'm just someone who is honest enough to voice out kung ano talaga yung nararamdaman ko. And if that offends you, it's your problem, it's not mine. Pero point being, iniisip ko din yung mga other readers na, yun nga, wala silang, nag-iipon sila ng pera for the premium books, for the nice things. It's hard for the students, for the employees, for other people. Okay? Hindi naman kasi lahat tayo may pera. So, syempre ako, I'm just saying what other people are afraid to say. And yes, I do get hate for it, but I don't care. Kasi, I'm making a point. If your publishers continue to say and advertise na, yung mga products namin, premium, pero hindi naman talaga, that's false advertisement. So, kawawa kayo. Kawawa tayo na bibili ng libro. Imagine, mapupunta lang sa hindi naman pala talaga premium na libro. E di sana naghintay na lang ako ng sale. My intentions in creating this channel is not to hate, berate, humiliate, or cause tea or drama sa inyo at sa community nyo. Because that's bullshit. I'm just someone who is very honest na nagsasabi ng kung ano yung nakikita ko and naturo sa akin while I was in the publishing industry. Because honestly, madami kayong hindi alam. What type of relationship po ang mga napagdaanan mo na po sa past boyfriend mo? Some of them good, some of them terrible. Like, really terrible. But, I'm gonna say this, okay? I'm not always the good person in the relationship. I've started out really bad. I'm an awful person. Hindi ako mabait na tao. Okay? But, I'm respectable. I'm loyal. And hindi ako, whatever it is na sinasabi about me, bahala na sila sa buhay nila. Basta ako, alam ko sa sarili ko na I'm me. I'm not a good person. I'm not perfect. I'm not a good person. I'm not the ideal girlfriend. I'm gonna admit that on camera. So, yeah. And dahil doon sa pagiging ganun kong klaseng tao, I changed. And believe it or not, whether you believe that people can change, just look at me, I changed. I changed kasi nalaman ko na and naintindihan ko na you're not gonna have fruitful, meaningful relationships with people if you continue to be an awful person. Wag na kayong dumagdag dun sa mga tao na nakakapanakit, humiliate, nakakainis. Alam niyo yun? O wag na kayo dumagdag sa mga ganon, sa mga vile, evil people. Even now, hanggang ngayon, kaya din sinasabi ng ibang tao na, wow, ate, parang ang sarap mo pong kausap, ang sarap mo pong kausap sa mga ganitong topics, about relationships, about advice, sa buhay, ganon. Kaya ako nakakapagbigay ng ganon. It's either I've been there, or I've seen the opposite of what I had done dun sa mga tao na yon, and I hated myself. I'm gonna tell you this. Ate Karla has not always been this. I believe that I'm not a good person. I also believe that if you're good to me, I'm good to you. But it's not because of, I'm transacting. No. I'm good to you genuinely kasi ayokong maramdaman mo yung naramdaman ko. Ayokong maramdaman mo na you are not important. Ayoko na ma-experience mo yung mga shitty things na na-experience ko and ginawa ko sa ibang tao when I was way younger. No, I don't want that for you. So, I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to be a good person. So, yun. Hopefully, ngayon na mas matanda na ako, and alam nyo yun, I've come so far. So, yeah. And I've said my piece. I've said my sorries. I've said my apologies to a lot of people. Okay, medyo naging, heavy cut yun. What is your definition of dark romance? So, kasi, di ba, romance, parang fluffy, light siya. So, for me, ang dark romance is, may mature content siya, pero meron siyang mga taboo topics. Let's say, incest. Tsaka yun nga, may torture, cannibalism. May ganon kasi. I've read a story na may ganon. Do not ask me about it. It was horrifying. I'm not going to tell you kung ano yung title nun. Pero, so, romance with dark humor, dark taboo topics, all mixed together at nandun sila sa isang story. There you go. What is the difference between constructive criticism and a slander? Sabi ko nga, ang constructive criticism, hindi nyo kinikriticize yung nagsulat. You are criticizing the work rendered, the work done, yung material, yung story, yung effort, okay? Kumbaga, yun nga, kung ano yung nabasa nyo, kung ano yung naintindihan nyo dun sa binasa nyo, yun yung kinikriticize nyo. Slander would be direct doon sa nagsulat, doon sa gumawa nung act, doon sa tao. You are creating false facts about someone na para sa'yo, totoo, so pinapakalat mo. And marami ng tao ang nakarinig nung kwento mo na hindi naman talaga totoo. So now, that's slander. Sinisiraan mo yung tao. Hindi yung work, yung tao. So talagang magkaiba sila. Magkaiba yung slander sa creative criticism. Okay. Ano pong sa inyo sa minor and adult trope? Do you think deserve ng mga writers ng hate at pangbabash dahil nagsulat sila ng ganito? Okay, chop-chopin natin yung question mo. Una, ano pong sa inyo sa MinorXAdult trope? Okay, so gaano ka minor yung sinasabi mo? Like 0 to 17 years old, tapos yung mga ka-relationship is, or yung next na character na ka-interact niya is like nasa 25, 30s, ganon. If it's 17, sige, yun na yung pinaka-maximum muna natin na minor, 17. 17 siya. Hindi pa siya legal age. Tapos ang ka-relationship niya is nasa 25 years old. That's 8 years. Okay, that's 8 years worth of difference. I still don't like it. Personally, ako, as a reader, I cannot back that up. Pero kasi, again, alam ko yung difference between fiction and reality. So, kung ano man yung binabasa ko na merong ganon, it's just fiction. It's just story. Kasi sometimes, nagsusulat yung mga writers nyo, kailangan nilang ilagay yung factor na yon, yung huge age gap na yon, to make a point doon sa story nila. It's up to you, sa akin, sa atin, na mambabasa, how we are going to react to that. Yun nga, na pag mag-criticize tayo ng mga stories and mga narratives, di ba? You gotta look at the bigger picture. Don't look at the micro, look at the macro. Ano ba yung, bakit naging relevant yung age na yon dun sa story? Ano bang point? Kasi, kung palagi natin naawayin ng mga writers natin na, ay, bakit ka nagsulat ng minor and yung ganito na mas matanda, ganito, ganon? Then why is Lolita published? And still, pinag-uusapan ng Lolita. Bakit Sound of Music makes sense? What else? Alam nyo, sobrang dami na ng mga artistic and creative na materials na ginawa na merong age gap, malaking age gap. Sometimes it's for the best, sometimes it's for the worst. And the thing that you can do is what? Judge it for yourself. Knowledge between reality and imagination makes a whole big thing. Eto, do you think deserve ng mga writers ng hate at pangbabash dahil nagsulat sila ng ganito? Kasi it's how you receive, how you take yung content na binasa mo or pinanood mo. It's up to you. Pero ako, personally, I don't mind. Kasi nga, fiction does not mean reality. Do you believe sa you are what you write? Kasi ako hindi. Then good for you. Unless you are a non-fic writer and you're actually writing an autobiography or a biography, then you are what you write. Pero kung fiction naman ang sinusulat mo, fantasy, fiction, fantasy, romance, tragedy, katahang isip, understand the line between fiction and reality. Kasi yung mga writers nyo sa Wattpad, sure, nagsusulat sila ng mature content, but I don't see them raping people. Pero ayun nga, sorry, I can't give the answer for everyone. Pero for me, I do not personally believe that you are what you write. Do you think it's okay to read stories with bed scenes kahit minor ka pa? Guys, your publishers, yung mga publishers nyo, naglalagay sila ng mga mature content para malaman nyo prior to reading or buying the book na, oh, may mature content to, kung ito yung age mo, baka hindi ito yung para sa'yo. Pero binili mo pa rin. So, hindi na kasalanan talaga ng mga publishers whether you buy that story knowing or not knowing na may mature content siya. So, it's on you. That fault's on you. Pero, is it okay to write? Sabi niya dito, is it okay to write na magsulat ng may mga bed scenes kahit minor ka pa? Well, what's the angle of that bed scene? Is it important to the story? I mean, is it going to make your character grow? Or is it just there for sexual content? Alam niyo, parang pang-pull ng attention. Parang shock factor ba? Parang ganon. No. Personally, I find it questionable. Pero then again, I'm not a writer. And hindi ko naman alam kung ano ba talaga ang root cause or ang core ng stories ng mga tao. So, yun. And kung reader ka at minor ka pa, and alam mo na merong mature content yung story na yon, well, it's your personal preference. Who am I to judge? Basta yun lang yung palaging nasa akin is that who am I to judge other people's preferences, di ba? I judge myself. What do you observe sa mga new writers ng Wattpad ngayon? Most of your new writers sa Wattpad ngayon, they're mostly focused on being an influencer rather than being writers. Some of them, they write something meaningful. Some of them, they're just writing, obviously, na parang, just to get something out there. And that's also admirable. It's okay. You just have to find yung balance kasi between an influencer and being a creative writer. Okay! Finally! That's it! Ilang questions yun, hindi ko alam. Okay, so I hope nagustuhan nyo itong first ever Q&A natin. Siguro sa future, magkakaroon ulit tayo ng Q&A. Hindi ko alam kung kailan, pero this has been fun. Ang dami niyong magagandang questions. Dun sa mga nag-send na hindi ko na nabasa yung questions niyo, I'm so sorry. Sobrang dami na ditong questions na to. And ayun nga, namili lang din talaga ako. So, yeah. So, ayun. Thank you so much for joining me and for asking your questions. I had a lot of fun. Sana may natutunan kayo sa akin. And there we go. What do you think? Nagustuhan nyo ba yung mga tanong? Nagustuhan nyo ba? Kung kayo yung tinanong ng mga questions na yon, ano ang sagot nyo? Please comment down below. I'd love to hear your answers. So, that's it. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye!